Hello everybody, it's your boy Pyrotechnic and I'm back with another video. Happy Armed Forces Day. I got this JROTC uniform on from me being in school. I was in 8th grade wearing this, so yeah. Salute to all the veterans and everybody that, came. But today we're going to talk about Israel and Hamas. Israel and Hamas have been going at it for the seventh day, and also you've been having Israel. Man, it's been a lot of civilians get killed and pay the price over this. This is the worst fighting since 2014, and it's not looking good right now. Israel is fighting in a terrorist group that is funded by Iran, and Iran has all these proxies and different militias around. Like, they have Hezbollah, they have the Houthis, which are in Yemen. You have the ISIS Caliphate, which are in Syria. And by the way, Syria set off some rockets towards Israel the other day. So you got this kind of fighting, and Israel is around the ring of fire. They're really around a lot of these enemies like Iran, Turkey, Syria, Gaza, Yemen, all these other Muslim countries that are against the Jews. But you also have the Jews, which are Israel, kind of like, I wouldn't say Zionism, but it's kind of like they kind of like stole something from the United States. Into whereas like the United States goes around, how the CIA goes around and takes other countries out, like take other members of the other parties out from other countries. Israel kind of adopted that same type of maneuver and capability, and I feel like Israel is just getting kind of the blame for it, but not necessarily the blame, but it's like prophecy in a way, because it's like, Israel, they're God, that's God's kingdom, like that's God's holy land, and you got the most holy city in Jerusalem there and everything, and it's all part of prophecy, like Ezekiel 38:39. I think it's gonna be a war between Israel and all these like Muslim countries. It's gonna be like the Magog War or something like that. I read about that, and it's gonna happen pretty soon. And so Israel is a big prophecy fulfilling country. So that's God's holy land, Jesus Christ's holy land. So all this is coming to fruition now. We're having like a holy war between the Muslims and the Jews, which in my opinion, I feel like really the Jews right now are not the real Jews of Jesus Christ's days. Like, these Jews now, they hate Christians. They don't really celebrate Jesus Christ. It's like they're looking for a new Messiah now, in a way, in which they really are, because that's what they really are looking for, a new Messiah. They forgot about Jesus Christ. They don't care about Jesus Christ anymore, and it's all part of the prophecy. They fell off, but keep praying for Israel. Keep praying for the whole Middle East, Gaza, the Palestinians. I feel bad for the Palestinians. I really do. I see those little kids. They get their houses bombed. They shouldn't be going through that, man. They're children. They shouldn't be going through that at all. And it's really sad because they can't do anything about it. They're young children. It's just where they live at. It's just very, very tenuous and strenuous. It's not a good thing. But I hope this thing can get to a ceasefire, and we'll get this thing situated. The United States will get involved somehow, some way. President Joe Biden called Benjamin Netanyahu today and let him know that we have Israel's back, which is good, because I was thinking yesterday that the United States was pulling 125 troops, diplomats, and members that in the consulates out of Israel, and I thought we was leaving Israel for a minute. Had me worried for a minute, because You don't want to leave Israel, right? Uh, Thousands protest in London over Israel-Gaza violence. See, this is spreading across the world now. You have all these people coming out against Israel. Mostly people coming out against Israel. I see more Palestinians support than Israel support. Media demand Israel explanation, destruction of news offices. Yeah, Israel, knocked down, bombed down 2 offices. That's where the AP, the Associated Press, and Al Jazeera was stationed. They bombed it down today. Israel strikes Gaza, home of Hamas leader. Wow, they got the Hamas leader? Israel. Whoa. Israel slammed the Gaza Strip with the airstrikes in a dramatic escalation that included bombing the home of a senior Hamas leader, killing a family of 10 in a refugee camp. Most of the children, hold on. Most of them children, and pulverizing a high-rise that housed the Associated Press and Al Jazeera. Israeli military accused of using media to trick Hamas. Now, Israel is a very, very smart country. Hamas thought that Israel was going to do a ground attack, and what they did was they let Hamas, the terrorist group, under the ground. They got all under the ground because they thought that Israel was coming to do a ground attack with the tanks and everything else. So what Israel did is they got them all under the ground. And in this tunnel, Hamas got a big tunnel that they use to transport other things like weapons, food, drugs, whatever they do, So Israel, what they did was they flew over Hamas. They flew over Gaza Strip. They started bombing them, using air raids, dropping bombs. So when they was dropping bombs, they tried to hit those specific tunnels to where Hamas used to get their, weapons and stuff funneled through. And that's smart of Israel. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, he's going through robbery and corruption trial right now, which is something because you would never think a prime minister or anything else would be going through this type of thing while he's still in office. Usually they wait till they get out of office to do it, But anyway, it's your boy Pyrotechnic. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment. I'm out.